Today's Speed Golf Adventure takes us to Countryview Golf Course in beautiful Prince Edward Island. Big thanks to Kris, the staff, and of course Golf PEI for the drone footage. I'm Shane Lakins, PGA teaching professional and speed golfer. At My 180 Golf, we coach and improve golfers around the world through our four-pillar approach, making sure that your mental, physical, tactical, and technical skills are all contributing to your peak performance. Take the free My 180 Golf handicap at my180golf.ca or in the first pinned comment to see what's holding your game back. All right, let's get this party started. First hole, par 4, 340 yards. Good tee shot down the right-hand side. As always, have some people out there that are wondering, what the heck is this guy doing? And yeah, I've got about 140 yards left. 5-iron is the choice here. As always, carrying 4 clubs, hybrid, 5-iron, 54 degree, and my putter. So with it being that far, it was too far for the wedge, but the 5-iron was a choice. Left it on the left-hand side. This was not a hard chip, but I completely blew the mission and knocked it almost over the green. So, all right, we'll chalk this down to warm-up hole. And so I've got probably about a 30-footer here and left it a good, I would say 6 feet short. Knock it up there. Of course, missed that one. And you start off with the complimentary double bogey. Not exactly the greatest way to start, but 2 minutes and 20 seconds for the first hole. So don't have too much time to think about it. Off to the second hole, 148-yard par 3. This one, we had just played the course earlier and put this in the exact same bunker that I just put it in earlier in the day. So that's why I was just kind of yelling with Barb. It's like, can't believe I put that in the same bunker. So off we go. Bunker avoidance is a thing in speed golf. You don't really want to go in them. It just takes a little bit extra time. I do rake the bunker, so you can see me playing a good shot out of here. But I do take the time to rake the bunker because there could be somebody coming behind me. If I'm the last golfer of the day, I might not worry about it, but takes a little bit extra time. But again, you don't want to be that golfer. So get it up on the green, get the putter out. The device that I'm using is called a silo. It's kind of like a fishing rod holder, if you will, and it holds all your clubs. I, again, take 4 clubs. Had about 15 feet on that one. Left that one for a tap in, so a little better on that one than the first hole. So off we go. Took me about 1:17 to play that hole. And so we're off to the third hole. We're now 3 over par. Good little jaunt in between these ones. Nice little path in between this hole, second hole and third hole. Barb barely caught me teeing off on this one. And so it's pretty hard to drive the cart, video, and do what she's doing. So we are now playing the third hole, which is a par 5, 578 yards, goes up a hill and then back down again. So good little jaunt in between the shots here. My hybrid carries about 200 yards, so it takes me about a minute to get to each of the shots. So got my second shot here. Definitely can't reach the green, so I'm just getting up there, hammering as hard as I can, getting it down towards the green. And as I'm running here, you can see the clubhouse in the background. And this is the top of the hill heading back down again. Beautiful little course. One of the things that we were joking about here between myself and Barb was I asked her if she was actually still recording. And we had an issue with one of the courses we were playing where we somehow didn't record. So yeah, rookies. What can you say? We're still learning the ropes here. So heading back down the hill now. A little easier running when you're heading downhill, obviously. And so coming up to my third shot here, I'm going to be hitting 5-iron. So just a little bit to the right. You can see my arm gesture. Flared it off to the right, short of the green. Not my best shot, but got this little chip here now, about 15 yards off the green. Good line, got a little bit frisky with the weight of that and hit it over. Now I've got this little 15-footer on the way back that is from the fringe, and Just gonna try and nestle that down to the green. Yeah, it'd be beautiful to be able to take the par on this one, but well, tap in for bogey. So finished the third hole now. It took me about 3 minutes and 25 seconds to play that one. I'm now +4 and 8 minutes and 10 seconds for 3 holes total. Now we head off across the road to the next hole, which is the fourth, being a par four, 435 yards. All right, so here's where it gets a little tricky sometimes playing speed golf on a public course when it's not an empty course. Got two golfers that are up ahead of me. They're out of range for my hybrid, so I know how far it goes. So I just have to recognize that not everybody's going to know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. The fact that I'm on PEI and I'm not from here, I do want to try and get a full 9 holes in if I can. Normally, I just skip to the next hole and we can kind of continue on. But being on the course, trying to actually figure out what a number is, I was able to kind of signal them and they got out of the way for me, able to get my next shot. And it was awesome. I really appreciate them seeing kind of what I'm doing, recognizing I'm not going to hold them back, and allowing me to go through and get this round in really without any hesitation. So I'll thank them on the way by a little bit, and off we go to finish this hole. So we've got about, I'm gonna guess this one's about 60 yards in, and just knock that up on there. Pretty good shot. Scoot up onto the green, grab the putter. You notice I stick the clubs just underneath my arm as I'm putting, and probably about a 5-footer or so. Knock that in for par. It's always nice when you go by somebody to, not completely blow the mission and throw the ball somewhere in the woods or out of bounds. So that's a good one. So stay at +4 after 4 holes. On to the fifth hole now. It's a par 5, 480 yards. And I hit this down the right-hand side, and it was iffy. And I saw it bouncing, so I thought I was going to be okay. So off we go. Now, if I had lost the ball, the way speed golf works is you just drop a ball right where you think it kind of went in, even if it's out of bounds there. But fortunately, my ball stayed in. It was flirting with the cart path. It was kind of nice to have that little road to run along. And so I've got this shot coming in now. So it's a little ways down to a pond that sits in front of this green. So I can't clear the pond. So it's just a 5-iron, knocking it down as close as I can to the pond. And which mission accomplished. So that worked out well. And off to continue on with this hole. So I really like this hole. It's a challenging little one for sure. But you can see me going by the 150 marker now. So I'm gonna have a little wedge in here. And it's one of those tricky ones where you definitely don't, and the pin was up near the front. And I got a little bit too much out of that one, put it at the back of the green. And this is where it kind of went a little bit awry on this one. So I putted that, hit it way too firm, didn't recognize how downhill it was, literally almost putted it off the green. And so I've got a good putt back now. And so, definitely in range for a 4 putt. And now, with knocking this one by, I've got a good 10 feet coming back, and this is the not 4 putt. So you can see the relief on my in my celebration, just not 4 putting that one. So that one was a bogey, not the best around the green, but it it is what it is. We're at 16 minutes, a little bit over. Off to the next hole, which is the par 3, 205 yards. This is a good par 3, a little downhill, and I put it in the exact same spot on my round earlier when I was playing regular golf. And so I was saying to Barb, it's like, oh, recognize this position. It's exactly the same shot. I was probably within 5 feet of where I played the shot from earlier. So there was no surprises here to be had, but left myself, after this chip, about 12 feet. And so, I've got this 12-footer for par coming up. Barb scoots around to be able to see it a little bit better because we got a big bank there, so you can't see where the green is. Or And so I've got this left. This would be an awesome par. However, coming off an almost 4 putt, just best to kind of nestle that one down there. So I didn't get too aggressive on that one. Just making sure I got my bogey and move on. So I'm +6 now. That hole took me 1 minute and 30 seconds to play. I'm off to play number 7 now. It's a par 5, 495 yards. Played this one quite well when I played my regular round. So um, good drive out there, no issues, lots of room out there. I'm still going to have 200 plus coming into this one for my second shot. Pulled it a little bit left on this one towards the bunker, which again was almost where I was in the regulation round. But got this little chip. It's not in the bunker, but it's kind of in that soil right beside the bunker, which makes it a little bit dicey. So chip that on up there. I've got about 8 feet for birdie. And it lipped, just like stayed right on the lip. Oh, frustrating. But there it is, another bogey. You can see my hands raised there, just a little disappointed. Off to the next hole, and then it's a par 3, 173 yards. This one here, I managed to get it over the bunker and had this little chip down to the hole. And you can't quite see it, but rolled it out there. Not as good a chip as I would have liked. Let's be honest. So I got about 12 feet to finish this one off, and I left it about 6 inches short. So bogey pretty much sealed that one with the chip on the fringe. So off to the next one, 9th hole. Got to zip across the road again. We're +7. Took me 1 minute and 13 seconds to play that hole. This one's par 4, going back up towards the clubhouse, 346 yards. And yeah, that hill's no joke. It was a lot more fun coming down playing the par 5 the other direction, I can tell you that. So as we get up here, I've got probably a good 150 yards to go. So I'm going to hit a little 5-iron cutter up there. And it gets up there. It's rolling across the green. Stop, and no. So over the green, but it's pretty hard to stop it with a 5-iron from 150. So I thought it had gone in the bunker, which again would have been, I play well out of the bunkers, but it's not ideal. So got this little bunker shot, or this little chip shot up there. Hit it to about 2 feet. And then finish off the round here. So there we have it. Countryview Golf Course. 9 holes. Great day. All right, let's finish off with a little post-round debrief.
Oh. Huh. All right. That was 9 holes at Countryview in PEI. That was a good job. Those hills are for real. 26 minutes and 52 seconds. Tee off to putt out off the green. That's one of the things with speed golf. You have to finish and bring clubs off. I would really like to thank Kris and the staff here for allowing me to come out, and a couple of the members that I ran into that were nice enough to just kind of slide out of the way, recognize what I was trying to do, and I definitely didn't hold them up. So that's installment number 3 of Shane Speedgolf that's installment 3 of Shane's PEI Speedgolf Challenge Tour, whatever we're gonna call it. But that was awesome. Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Kris from Countryview Golf Club. Got to play it the other day, and we were just passing through again. I thought I'd stop in. I didn't get a chance to meet Kris before. So Kris has, I guess, probably the saying that I would probably have made up myself if I hadn't have already come across it here now. So what is your saying, Kris?
Play faster.
Yeah. I concur.
Yeah, less thinking, more golf.
So I've got a shirt for Kris from Performance Institute. So we'll do a little exchange. That's awesome. And thanks again for your hospitality. And it was a great time.
I think next time we're back on the island, we were just talking about we're going to do a little challenge.
For sure.
You and I, you're in a
Game.
cart,
Yeah.
me running, and we're going to see who has the better score and combined time.
Awesome.
So tell me a little bit about the club itself.
Well, we're 25 years old now. Family-run business. Started as a 9-holer, and we just keep on growing, keep making it better.
Was the original 9 holes all on this side?
Predominantly on this side of the property,
Yeah.
and then the back 9 we started on the lower side of the West River.
Yeah. It's a great little track. So if you get a chance, if you're in PEI, Countryview Golf Club, make sure it's one of the stops on your trip.
Awesome.
Need help with your golf game? Take the free My 180 Golf Handicap Assessment and find out what part of your game is holding you back.